Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. The link to my Patreon will be listed in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? So I'm channeling shakiness, right? Like trembling energy, okay? I literally feel jittery, shaky, like trembly. Let's see. We have the Four of Wands here. We have Sagittarius energy with the Four of Wands. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have Capricorn energy, Virgo energy, and Taurus energy here. Beloved, I see that you're looking better than you ever have, okay? You're doing more than you ever did. Like, I just see there's plenty in your garden, right? Plenty of growth specifically, right? This is in your mental, emotional, spiritual, physical self. And everybody is recognizing that truth, that you've grown or outgrown them, or you've grown in general in life, right? You've outgrown the version of yourself they knew or the version of yourself you used to be. Your growth is evident, prominent, it's there, it's recognizable in by everyone, even a stranger, can look at you and just see this elevated being, this evolved being, without even having any past knowledge of who you used to be. You just reek of the energy of growth or elevation or evolution, just being a high vibrational person within a frequency, a wavelength of just really up, right? Everybody is looking at you as being up in your life, okay? We have the King of Wands. Yeah, everyone sees that you've taken control of your reality, your life, your world, and you're doing you, okay? And it's working for you. You doing you is working for you. and everybody truly sees that um, it's something that is overly in your reality, in your life, in your world, where it is truly something that is admirable to those looking at you, right? It's like wow, it's like a wow factor. They see you that you are really in your element and you're taking control of your life in that way. You're in your element, okay? You're doing you. We have double Sagittarius energy, we have Leo energy, we have Aries energy. Also it's such a wow factor because in life, most people are still beginning to discover themselves or their purpose, or they barely know themselves or their purpose, right? So for someone to be in this energy as you are in this energy of growth, it shows that you are right in alignment with who you are and who you are meant to be and what you're here for within your reality, your life, and your world. It shows that you have something figured out that the rest of these people don't, or what they don't. There is a way in which you've tapped into life that is truly working out for you, and everybody really sees that for what it is, right? Now, whether they, those that admire it, and those that don't, right? We have the Queen of Cups here. You're being called to remain kind, loving, nurturing, giving, and open, okay? Regardless of the energy of another person being negative, or situation being negative, or any form of negativity that might come your way, you're being called to, turn a blind eye to that and continue within the path of life that you've been on, and just stick to you. Do you continuously, no matter who, no matter what, where, why. Don't let it matter. You come first, your voice, your thoughts, your emotions, right? Your spirit, your body, you come first, and everybody else is everybody else, or everything else is everything else. We have the Page of Swords, because once you give into any form of negativity, you take away from you. So do not take away from you in any way. Just acknowledge people, things, places for what they are, who they are, and just leave it at that. The things that people say about you, do towards you, act however way they do, it has nothing to do with you, even though they're doing it towards you. It is what they're dealing with within themselves. They could come with love, they could come with hate, but either way, it reflects what's within them, right? And you can't attach yourself to what is within another person. Let them live it. It's their life. If they choose to be that way, or they decide to say those things and act that way, or to do what they do, you can't associate yourself with that. Okay. So if somebody or something tries to take you out of this element that you're strongly in, out of this control of yourself that you're in, make sure that you think twice before ever tapping into situations and people that will enable you to step out of your own element. If it doesn't resonate with you, or they don't resonate with you, eliminate from your life. They present the situation, just eliminate it. Because I see here that the way in which you're going within your life, you are headed for great things. All right, with the Three of Wands, there is a bright future ahead because you are planting the right seeds. Therefore, you're going to reap a harvest that is fruitful. And every work and effort you put in within yourself and your life It's going to put you in a position to feel and see and think in a way of, yes, I am in alignment with myself. My life is working out for me, okay? Because you're going to begin to really, like, your life is going to reciprocate the work you've put in within yourself and your reality and your world. You know, your life is going to begin to show you that you've done right. Um, and if everybody else can see it already, I mean, you know, these are the same people that knew you once before or saw you in a particular state of being or had this version of you within their mind or their own heart, and they attach that to the truth of your identity. But in all actual reality here, your growth is proving to people that, you know, who they believe you to be is just a figment of their own imagination. And what they believe to be true of you is just an assumption, right? There is no one that can truly claim to know you at this point in your life unless you've given that person access to you. And even if you've given them access to you, you've put in so much work and effort within yourself and your life, your reality, your world, that it'll take so long for anyone to be able to figure you out. No matter what they think they know, all right, or what they've seen, what they've heard, how they feel, it'll take so long before anyone can really figure you out or crack your codes, no matter how much they even try to study you or look into your life and your identity in that way. You need to keep moving forward, because what awaits you forward movement is growth. What awaits you within your forward movement is your growth. You can't keep looking back at anything or anyone. There's nothing there for you. Even if they acknowledge and recognize your growth, I mean, that's good and all, but it doesn't have to be of value in your life. The fact that, oh, they see. Why should it mean anything? It just is what it is. Of course they see it, because it is what it is. We have the hangman. The sad part of it is that there are people that are still stuck in the same place. They're still stuck within themselves, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, even physically stuck in the same place or environment. You know, they're just stuck and going through a loop, like same reality over and over and over again, having no growth mentally, no growth emotionally, no growth spiritually, no growth physically. And seeing someone like you doing life the way you're doing life and so much growth reeks and surrounds you is quite an intimidating sight. It's not going to be necessarily comfortable for them to look at you and see you and say and acknowledge you in that way and recognize you in that way. Even those that admire the growth, it's still a hard pill to swallow, because they know how far behind they're trailing back, or they know what version of them of yourself that they've associated with the truth of yourself, right? The truth of you has been associated with a version of their own figment of imagination. So seeing you doing you is just breaking all those illusions, breaking all those assumptions and all those false narratives and truths that people had associated with your identity. And as you keep moving forward, those chains, the figment of their imagination, it will no longer exist. All that will exist is who you actually are, not who they thought you were, who they want you to be, how they feel about you. You acted like this once upon a time. That was the version of you they know, this and that. All of that won't matter, because you are staying true to yourself in authenticity, originality, and realness. And once you are tapped in within life in that way, your reality, your world will reciprocate that. Therefore, anyone in it or looking from the outside will have no choice but to accept that as well, that, you know, this person is who they are, not who I thought they were, how I feel about them, and what I see, how I felt, this version of themselves, this that. It doesn't matter. It won't. It can't, because it's non-existent. That's why I'm referring to it as a figment of their imagination, because they're just still holding on to things that are not real about you, or this version of you that isn't true. but you are stepping further in your element as you move on in your life and just choose to grow. You will attract that same energy from people where they will just continuously have to be um accepting of the truth of you instead of being comfortable with what they want the truth of you to be. You know, it's very admirable, yes, but at the same time, it's intimidating to see this unfold when it comes to you, your growth, right? Because imagine those that are still in the same place within themselves or within their reality, their life, and their world. I mean, it is a hard pill to swallow, but it is what it is. I mean, what can you do? You can't change the fact that you've put in so much work and effort within your life, your world, your reality, yourself. I mean, it is, I keep saying that it is what it is, though. And you just need to dwell in that and let it be what it is and just flow with it. And you'll see as well, everybody will have to flow with it, whether they like it or not, because it won't change. You'll still be growing. They'll still look at you further down the line and see more growth. So they might as well just accept the truth of you for what it is and not what they want it to be. Even those that hate it, those that feel a type of way about it, even those that admire it, there's just people like that in life that really just be evolving every day, elevating every day. They don't stay the same, and that's their fate, that's their destiny. But change is inevitable. Everybody has to undergo it. It's just that some people, their pace is a lot more quicker than others, or their pace is a lot more high vibrational or fast paced in terms of frequency and wavelength, right? But everybody has to undergo some form of change in their life. Some people change after 15 years of being the same. Some people change after 2 months of being the same. And some people change when they've been left with no choice, right? But to change. So just because change is inevitable doesn't mean people like it. It's not nice for most people because why? It's so comfortable to stay the same because you're familiar with this, that, and the third, but there's no growth in remaining the same. You won't be able to call in and manifest anything new in your reality, your world, and your life if you don't evolve and elevate, if you don't pick change. Because some people fight change. They just don't want to deal with it. But they hinder their own identity. They hinder themselves. So you've done well for yourself, beloved, and everybody sees it. All right. Everybody. It doesn't matter who feels the type of way about it, who says what about it, and best believe there are those that are somewhere in their own life behind the scenes just looking at you with this evil eye energy because you make them feel a type of way that you've reached this point of life. But that mirror that you are holding up for them, they should take that as a sign of like, I should also do better for myself, or there is a possibility for more growth, a small space for more growth for myself, instead of hating and feeling a type of way as if that'll change their circumstance or change yours. Because just because you feel a type of way about my growth don't mean I'm gonna stop growing now. Send as much evil eye as you want, it won't change anything. I'm still good. You're the problem, you tripping out, you tweaking. So same with those that admire you, they get to be inspired and actually have that motivation and fuel within themselves to also do better, or also have this looking at you as this mirror of, oh my god, it's possible, rather than, oh, she think this, he think this, like, oh, they used to be like this, they okay, like, you are the only one stuck in that state of being but it doesn't mean it's of reality because you choose to believe it, right? These people here, they can choose to believe whatever they want to believe of you, but it doesn't make it your truth, the truth. Your truth meaning who you actually are, not who you want to be perceived as or this and that and the third. No, that's just delusional and illusionary. The truth, like this is what it is. This person is that way. They have that going on. This is their life, and either be inspired or be mad, but either way, they still are who they are, right? So these people that are in this Five of Cups energy feel a type of way, this and that and the third. It has nothing to do with you. We have double Scorpio energy and double Pisces energy, triple Sagittarius energy. We have Gemini energy, Libra energy, and Aquarius energy here. It has nothing to do with you, beloved. Just know people have their own things going on, their own issues. But they would swap lives if they could, because who wouldn't want to live in elevation and evolution and just this energy of growth? Who wouldn't want to just be better in their life, within their mind, their heart, their spirit, their physical? Who wouldn't want to experience that? It just takes work. It takes dedication, effort, and commitment to yourself and your life. That's what people lack. They lack that discipline where they want to be this way. They want to get to this point, but they don't want to put in the necessary work and effort to get there, the necessary dedication and commitment to accomplish that. And it's no one's fault but theirs. It doesn't mean that you're the same. You're not going to slob and sloth because like, oh, yes, I want to be this, but like I got time. 10 years go down the line, they're going to look at you and think you an alien or something, or you ain't real because you are just so far gone and they lost their own time to do what they need to do for themselves because it's their life. Like, literally, I don't get it why people just like to hate on other people, look at other people and say this and compare it. Like, you still have to go back and live that reality of yours that you don't want, and that person will still live the life that they want because they got there. They did what they had to do. So congratulations, beloved. They know what's up. You don't need to care or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna say it again, it is what it is. Whether they accept it or not, it will remain what it is. Time and time again, when they choose to look at you, look into your life, gossip, won't change the fact that you're doing you. You're in your element and you are in control of your life because you have the Most High God by your side. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career, and finances, as well as ancestral messages. You'll find the link to my Patreon listed in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.